like, yes, your tits are out. They're great. Thank you. But you're driving. I don't care if you're on a back road or on a highway. This is not okay. And my wife's like, well, they're great, but also like, look at him. He's not even caring about them. And then I said they were well manufactured, and you were like, no, homegrown.
I grew them myself.
And I was like, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yep. Welcome to Tongue First, the podcast where queer questions meet honest chaos. I'm Brooke, your narrator. Tongue First is an unscripted, sapphic, and queer podcast hosted by Aubrey Siren Jones and Wendy Reeves. This week, they're joined by Mitch Grzegorek, Siren's friend of nearly 20 years. They met through Xbox Live back in the Halo days, and officially the first straight man to ever guest on this show.
It's not the first straight person that we've had, but it is the first straight man that we have had as a guest on the podcast. So everybody take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. I promise.
This one is genuinely special. Mitch was there when Siren came out as trans in the middle of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and he shares what that moment looked like from the outside, and how 2 decades of friendship carried them through it.
I forget the words that you said, but it was like, I'm transitioning, my name's Aubrey now. And I was just like, oh, and there's this huge wave of relief just over me. And I'm like, okay, D&D's fine.
D&D's fine.
There's also Mitch's completely accidental first Pride, D&D as a playground for queer identity, and a real conversation about what allyship looks like when it counts.
She wrote, she played music, she was feisty. It was great. It took many sessions to finally start to see the differences between who Rose is and who Aubrey is.
It gets nostalgic, it gets tender, it gets a little chaotic, or huge. Grab something warm, get comfortable, and go tongue first. This is episode 16, Dungeons and Dragons, Assless, Chaps, and Accidental Pride with Mitch Grzegorek.
I'm sorry, I forgot my flag. Yes, I am straight. I am mostly straight. Like, everything's cool. Like, this is totally fine. How the fuck do I cross the street?
Hold on. Let me just tell everybody, I just came into the room.
Welcome
Siren,
to episode 17.
And Mitch is in here already. And I popped in and said, hi. Do you like Mitch or Mitchell?
It doesn't matter.
Mitch said, wow, that's not what I thought you'd look like. So now we're rolling. What exactly do you mean by that? Pick your words. Good, because this is my first impression of you, so you better watch your mouth.
I've never seen you before.
Wow, not at all?
No. So I've known Aubrey for a long time. Yeah. I see them every Tuesday, and I have never seen you before. But I've been listening to the podcast, long time listener here, and I never watched it. So I'm like, I have no idea what she looks like.
What did you, so just by first appearance, I'm even more beautiful than you thought?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's the only acceptable answer. I'm trying to figure out what
you're even more of a beautiful princess than any of us could ever have expected.
I'm trying to figure out what your mind envisioned.
Honestly, probably the cartoon character that's like the artwork of Tongue First. Just be like that, but live.
Like animated?
Yeah.
Wendy's been a VTuber this whole time.
They kind of do resemble us a little bit, so you knew I was a masked lesbian, right?
Yeah, but like, I don't know what that means. Like, really, I don't know.
We'll explain it. We'll break it down.
If you're listening in podcast land, this is a first for Tongue First. This is the first. It's not the first straight person that we've had as a guest on the episode, but it is the first straight man that we have had as a guest on the podcast. So everybody take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. I promise. I will vouch for Mitchell, a very, very great friend of mine that I have known now. How long have we known each other now?
Oh my gosh.
Like going on 20 years, probably.
As I say, when did Halo 3 come out? Like that's a pretty good marker right there.
Right. I think it was like Halo 3 or Halo Reach. I had like just graduated college. I was like 21, and I meet this person online with the username Cows of Chaos.
Still use it.
Still use Cows of Chaos as the username, which is like Where'd you come up with that?
So my brother and I, we got Xbox Live, and then we literally just sat there and just brainstormed names, and we really liked alliteration. Apparently,
Yeah.
I mean, I must have been 13 or something. He would have been 16. Like, just we're just boys.
Yeah.
And so it came down to Cows of Chaos and the Glue Goblin. But we found that the Glue Goblin is that it's too much. It's too
The
much of
glue goblin.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't
And
like
I
that.
love that name. I do. It's still I still remember it. But like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Cows of Chaos won out.
We'll talk more about goblins later when we get to a little bit of D&D talk, I hope. Because Mitch and I know of each other from back in those like video game days, which
Yeah.
Wendy...
I like how Mitch gears it off of like, what'd you say, Halo 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, how long have I known you? When did Halo 3 come out? That's a mind of a gamer right there.
Right. Basically.
I appreciate that.
Basically.
I'm just now becoming a gamer myself.
That's what I was going to say. Wendy, you've become like a fresh gamer, a noob, as some may say.
A noob?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the age
Wendy
of 45.
just picked up Fortnite.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I was just playing it a second ago.
I think
That's why I was a minute late.
I blame the sprites. Listen, if I would have gone further in my Fortnite match a minute ago, I would have also been a minute late, but I did not. I actually, the last match I did get second place, so that's not true. But it's an addiction. It's pretty wild.
Halo 3 came out September 2007. So
yeah,
holiday 2007 we probably met,
maybe,
give or take. Like,
I feel like I feel like I don't remember. I don't remember really playing with you when I was in college, which was 2006 to 2010, because we mostly did like LAN parties, basically, or like playing with like the people in our room and stuff like that. So I feel like we probably really started to connect back when I moved out, or like when I moved out on my own, living in Washington, D.C., which is serious. Like that was the time, like for me, where I was the most alone I'd ever felt in my entire life. And came into this group of guys who had been playing Xbox together for a while. I knew some of them.
Yeah.
And it was nice because I didn't have to wear a mask as much, because all you could hear was my voice, looking back on it. And I didn't really know, but like it felt safer for me to connect with you guys. And it took a while for us to meet.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting that you say it's like, oh, well, it's only my voice. It's only, whatever. But like, I can't imagine you any other way. So I kind of feel like I've always had this partially unmasked version of you without knowing that you've been masking it up the whole time. Sorry, Tanya and I, my wife and I have been, masking and unmasking has been a big topic of our journey this past couple of years, I guess, as she realizes that she's ADHD, so autistic and ADHD. I am famously undiagnosed.
A little ADHD. Yeah.
ADHD is that sounds way better than what I said.
Yeah, it's hard to say it like that when you ADHD. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like glue goblin.
It's a very glue goblin thing going on.
I wish I could take credit for it, but I heard it from somebody else. So all the queers are neurospicy around here, and we all have ADHD, anxiety.
It does feel like that.
A lot of things.
It really does. Yeah.
So you met through a core group of like gaming individuals?
Yeah.
Like you played with someone that you knew, Siren, and then they knew Mitchell, and then you kind of just full circle?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, because you had a friend that you went to high school with.
Yeah.
And then he went to college with somebody else who went to my high school.
Right.
And then like we just kept, it's when you're playing Halo, do you want a bigger party? Yeah, you just, and then you add on your friends list, and then it's like, it's just there's just
it's
the
like
guys.
you get on every night, or
Yep.
like you get on and you see, oh, this person is on. My normal people I don't play with, even, so it could be like the people I normally play with aren't on, so it just ends up being like you and one other person, or me and Mitch,
Yeah.
and we would sit and chat for hours while we disassociated and distracted ourselves from fucking real life.
Right.
And yeah,
I think that's
it's
what
a really interesting place.
I've really tapped into it the last couple of weeks. Literally, I'm only in 2 weeks of playing Fortnite. A lot of things have been going on in
Mitchell,
life.
it's fantastic. It's so good.
And
the crash out, the first crash out was
the first
so
crash
good.
out was
Sorry,
crazy.
go ahead.
The first crash out was crazy. I was like, they just scared the shit out of me, and I was like fighting for my fucking life on an island with the Sprite on my back, and I was just like, holy shit. But it's like lately with life and how things are going, like all I want to do is like play that in my free time because it shuts my brain off and I don't have to think about stuff. So I didn't think I would like it because I'm more of like a Mario Kart, Tetris, Donkey Kong, Dr. Wario kind of girl. And then I've never really got
Nintendo
into
products.
all those. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I did Sega too, like Sonic and
That's basically the same thing.
stuff like that. Duck Hunt. Well, I've met someone who didn't know what a Sega was or Sonic, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how do you not know the blue guy?
Were they little?
No.
Like, were they 18 or something?
No. They were an older adult.
18-year-olds know? Were they alive when Sega was out?
No, I don't think so.
Were kids who are 18 right now alive when Sega existed?
Okay,
Straight to Google, Mitch. Mitchell's Googling it.
We love people like that. I'm the one that stares at the screen and someone else does it.
Okay, well, Sega's first console was 1983, so that was 7 years before I was born. So we were Sega Saturn in 94 or 95. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, definitely would not have been around. Would not have been around for 18-year-olds today. Go look up Sega.
No.
Play some emulators online if you're listening
Sega,
right now and you've never played Sonic
and Tails.
Or
yeah.
what
I
was
mean, they have
another
the
classic?
movies.
Tails.
Yeah, they have the movies out. So
you can.
Yeah.
So we could tell the story for hours about the ways Mitch and I know each other. The fact that what was it, your 10-year wedding anniversary? That I like reaffirmed your vows with you? 5-year wedding anniversary.
And it was I have a thought about that. So
okay. But I what I'm trying to get to is I need you to eventually tell the story of your first Pride, because we got to make it a little gayer.
Should we introduce ourselves though in the podcast?
Oh fuck yeah! We're 13 minutes in. It's fine. We can introduce ourselves
whatever the fuck
we want. We make the rules.
Right. We're the bosses around here and HR department, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Tongue First, everybody.
Yeah, episode 17.
17, and we have our first cis male on the platform, right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right? No? Sorry.
Straight male.
Straight male. Sorry. Straight male.
Yeah. Cis straight man. I mean, there hasn't been like a trans straight man either. So I think Mitch, you're the first for either way.
All categories.
Does that feel good, or like, how does it feel?
It feels really good because as myself, Mitchell.
We're still not introducing ourselves.
Hi, I'm Wendy Reeves. Pronouns she, her, and bad bitch.
And I'm the other half of this crazy podcasting duo. My name is Siren. Pronouns are she, her. Government name doesn't matter right now. Just keep going. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Hi, my name is Mitchell. My pronouns are he, him. I'm here to talk about D&D, my relationship with Siren before and after she was born. I'm not used to introducing my pronouns because I've just been he, him forever. But I do want to say I am happy to be the first straight white man on this gay podcast, because I was just telling my wife earlier what the world needs is more cisgendered straight white men on podcasts.
Yeah.
Agreed.
She was texting me about that. Yeah.
Can your pronouns also be he, him, and bad bitch as well? Or
I don't see why not.
I mean,
hell yeah.
I feel like you're a bad bitch. Bad bitch Mitch.
Of
I mean,
everyone,
it rhymes.
of
it
everyone on
rhymes.
these podcasts, Wendy, that you have offered the bad bitch pronoun to, Mitch, you're the first person to take it.
Really?
Yeah.
The rest of them are like, no. And
no.
I'm
like, okay.
all right, loser.
I mean,
Weirdo.
Boring.
To be fair, you've had a lot of guests that have needed a lot of time figuring out life and managing it. I've had a lot handed to me and on a straight white male privilege platter, and yeah, it's pretty good. I'll add bad bitch to the list of titles. Why not?
Hell yeah, I'm here for it. Our producer /
Booby.
editor,
Question?
Booby, do you have something
I
to
would
add?
just like to say that was factually incorrect because Topher claimed the bad bitch title.
Oh, Topher actually did say, sure, why not?
How many other statistics do you have in front of you right now? Like, are you like
That wasn't
a
in front of
NFL?
me,
No,
that
these are
was my
just pulling
brain.
out of my head.
Okay,
She's proficient. The brain is braining. Her brain works on a lot of cylinders.
because like this would be really great if you were like an NFL like commentator and you're like, yeah, the in the third episode on the second play, so and so took the bad bitch title, and they were the first
Immediate
one.
fact check. By the way, that actually was incorrect, Samuel. The correct answer is you're wrong. So moving on.
We did end the streak of saying Dinglehopper every episode. On episode,
Fuck.
the one with Helly, we didn't say it. Yeah, 13 episodes mentioning a Dinglehopper. Mitch, it's fine. You've listened to the episodes.
Yep.
So Mitch did his research. I was like, hey, Mitchell, you know that awkward moment when you tell your friend that you started a podcast? Well, this is the awkward moment where I tell my friend I started a podcast. It's cool and you should listen to it. So, Mitch, when I asked you to join the podcast as a guest on the podcast, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about gaming, a little bit about D&D, because I feel like D&D is has a big queer culture around it. Like many people that play D&D are queer. I just think that's really interesting. It could be an interesting topic of conversation. But when you were like, okay, yes, we'll do this. I want to hear about, but you were like, I want to tell this story of your first Pride that you went to. And I have been holding off on this story of telling Wendy this story for you
so
to
I can hear it in real time for the first time.
Right.
I do have a question before you go into the story about your first Pride. Do you have a lot of queer friends?
Yes.
So you're a fag hag or a fruit fly, as we just recently renamed it.
Because they flock to fruits, like fruity people.
Yeah. Because the hag one I don't identify with, because that's I definitely think of a D&D monster in that case.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
well, I mean, you can intermingle them, you know what I mean?
True. I mean, you could invent something and homebrew it differently, but like the fruit fly definitely makes a lot of sense, and you're just like, hey, let's just gather all this sweetness together and just
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling my wife earlier. I was like, yeah, my D&D party has 3 trans people in it, and it's like, okay, not by choice, not by anything else. Just that's just who showed up.
The people we knew.
Yeah.
Just a divine intervention, babe, with
Yeah.
a bunch of trans people. We love it.
Because we're all gods and goddesses. It's basically.
Exactly. It fits right into the D&D situation.
Yeah.
I know a lot about D&D. You want to quiz me?
We'll get to that. Let's save the D&D talk for last. Let's get through some important shit.
So I don't know if you would consider this my first Pride, but I think it's my funniest one. Because, like, I've never really, like, gone anywhere for Pride. But, like...
Oh, where do you live?
I'm in New York City. I'm in the island of Manhattan. So, like, where it happens, right? We just live way uptown. So, like, if you imagine where Central Park is in, like, the center of everything, we're way above it, which is fine, totally fine. It's above Harlem. But it was a couple years ago. My wife is incredibly pregnant, and it's June, and there is she has a craving despite it being like 95 degrees out, and she's like, I need Vietnamese pho. Do you know what pho is, Wendy?
We all have a craving for pho every now and then.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay. So
Delicious.
so for the listeners, it's basically just the heartiest beef soup, and it's absolutely delicious. And she's just like, I got this craving, and I need it. And I was like, okay, I'll go get it, because the place that we love is way downtown, and it's right in like the NYU area. I believe it's called the Saigon Shack, and small little place, cash only. They do carry out really easily. Just take the train, no worries. I get in the train, pop my headphones in. About halfway through, I'm looking around, and first thing I notice, there's a lot of not very clothed people. Now, as I said, it's June. It's 90 something degrees out. It's sunny, and I'm like, people are gonna go. They're gonna go to a park.
And I feel like in New York City, like you're trained to not care about what other people are doing. As like, there's so many people. You gotta like
chaps and pasties.
Right. You just don't care.
I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't care at all. And like, just people are, excited. The crowd was a bit younger on the train, but like, that's all. So much of this is hindsight. I certainly did not notice that like there was the definite rainbow theme happening here. It's like, okay,
but it was June, so you might have been seeing it around here and there anyway.
I mean, it wasn't. There wasn't even a second thought. It was just take that in. I don't see anybody who's, crazy. Back to my phone, and then train stops at my stop, and like it was like everybody in unison kind of stood up and was like getting out, and I was like, oh, I guess these are all NYU kids. Like,
everybody wants some pho,
right? They're pho, and they're doing an event or something, or they're going to Washington Square Park. It's a very famous park. If you want to go smoke weed and sun and go to the dog park at the same time, you could do that. Like, or catch a show of some sort of either acrobatics or a crazy man. Like, who knows what you might see.
Or just a random passerby.
Right. I highly recommend Washington Square Park for anybody visiting New York. Just sit and people watch. But I get off the train and I'm a little bit taller, so I can see over a lot of people. And I was like, oh, the one entrance over there, they blocked it off. They want everybody to go this way. Well, that's fine. I need to go this way anyway, so I'm just going along. I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of people. Oh fuck, it's hot. Get through the turnstile, going up the steps. It's just crowded with people, and suddenly, there it is. Parade line, people lined up everywhere. Float going by with just gay men in the gayest form that they can be. I mean, the assless chaps, the speedos, the everything, the dancing, the making out with each other, and they are happy, and I am shocked out of my mind, and I'm like, my wife needs soup.
Right. Wasn't the pho on the other side of the parade route?
Yes, that was the most frustrating part. All I like you get off at the
so
train.
Inconvenient. The gays are in your way. God,
right.
Damn it.
Right. And I'm just
story of our life in the straight people's way.
Yeah.
Right. It's designed very specifically to, one, keep cars out, and then two, also have a good like in and outtake of like people watching it. It does not, and every parade is like this, it is not good at getting you from one side of the street to the other, which is so annoying because that breaks every New Yorker's brain of just like, it's right there. Like, I literally, like, normally you get off the train station.
That's why there's a crosswalk.
Right, there's a crosswalk. You get off the train, you go there, you go like a block and a half. I feel like I could have just picked it up and gone back within like 5 minutes. And here I am, like, where do I go now? And people are yelling, they're kissing, and then like
there's asses
everywhere. There are asses, there's tits everywhere, and it's like, on one hand, you're like, okay, I don't mind any of this. I'm sorry, I forgot my flag. Yes, I am straight. I am mostly straight. Like, everything's cool. Like, this is totally fine. How the fuck do I cross the street? It's just
christened by rainbows on your first Pride by surprise.
And like, I mean, this wasn't like my first experience in like a large gay mass, I guess, but which is That's a choice of words.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear the other story.
Yeah, that's when we lived in LA. It was just so jarring and just being like, it's like I'm an ally. I just need to get across. My wife, she's pregnant. Like I just like, and there's cops everywhere, and you're just like, I just need to cross, and they're like, you can't cross, and it's just like, I had to like
Do
go
you think they would have
around.
let you cross if you got naked and danced while you
probably
crossed? Yeah,
probably, but I guess that shows
in retrospect.
I mean, if you wanted to do it sooner, you would have, but it's okay.
Right,
We digress now.
Right. I
You
was
know better, you do better.
Right.
You know, next time you need to do that in the middle of a pride parade. Just take your clothes off.
Yeah.
That's what I should
Shimmy on across the road.
Yeah. But yeah, so what turned into like what should have been a 5-minute off the train getting grabbed took about 30 minutes of just like navigating around streets and stuff, and like going up a side street, down one, and then being like, nope, can't cross here, go around, and then like go around the curve to the other side. And then I got the soup, and I was just like, I'm gonna go walk the opposite direction. And I walked an entire train stop the opposite direction and got
I'm gonna be honest, I would have canceled my order. But like you couldn't
wasn't for me.
It wasn't for
No,
you.
you already made it that far. You have to finish the mission.
Well, and like I'm gonna get soup too. Like I don't care how hot it is
Right.
outside. The AC's going. Like we're just.
Also, you don't disappoint a pregnant woman.
Yes.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. That
Ever.
Mitch
I don't
Mitch
give a
loves
fuck if
his
you had to
wife
put on pasties
so well.
and fucking make out with a man. You go get my damn soup now.
Yeah. What I've seen of Mitch in the last 2 decades of knowing him is that he loves his wife so well. Like he does it really well, and you can tell.
I try.
And I don't know. There's a lot of love in that house. And we've been through a lot together. From when we started playing D&D, like back in, oh my God, that was before COVID.
Yeah. We tried to play in person through mutual friends again, and we had like one really fun long session.
But we caught the bug, and we kind of dove back into it, and we had a couple sessions. We did a couple things here and there, and then I think it was our 3rd or 4th session together, and something massive happened in your life. Do you remember? I mean, you remember what happened. I'm not sure you remember the timing, because this was way bigger than D&D was at the time.
Yeah, what happened?
It was when the poem that I wrote you. It was about that. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that at all. I didn't want to.
No, I mean, I did want to keep it more lighthearted. Do you remember the year? Because like I have a steady dates of traumatic events.
Yeah. I want to say like 2017.
Okay, then it would have been
2018.
It would have been 28. Yeah. It would have been the very, very end of 2018.
Yeah.
Specifically December 19th. That was the year that we lost our daughters, and I don't. It's interesting, like thinking about it now, like I don't remember what I was doing at that time. Like I know I had no plans for Christmas. We had no we only had one wish for Christmas. It didn't come true, and like you're saying, like D&D was happening then. I know I was playing Fortnite because that was big for us streaming, and I remember that happening, and then afterwards I was like, I can't go back on camera. Like it's too soon. And then pushed everyone away, and all stuff happens, emotions.
You were I remember in this moment that you were very like I remember it keenly because you disappeared. Like we had D&D that night, and you just didn't show up. You didn't answer calls, you didn't answer texts. Like I thought the worst had happened, and when they kind of did.
Yeah.
The only reason I bring that up, and I want to ask Wendy honestly if she has any questions, because this next part, like, because we got close through that. Like, I mean, yeah, like you didn't spend as much time like streaming and like playing D&D with us in that time, but I feel like we were able to connect on a human level a lot.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, while we're in the middle of another campaign, I come to you and tell you that I'm trans. Do you remember that conversation? And I wanted to know if Wendy had questions for Mitch about what that was like, because I feel like that's like, because he had known me for 15 years at that point.
Yeah.
I would want to know how it was. You still feel like, Siren's still Siren, right? But what's the like noticeable difference, like emotionally, mentally? Like I know like visually it's going to be different, but like are there any things that you feel like you can talk more about, you can't talk about?
Bodera here, guest relations, social media, and the person responsible for getting the people you just heard into this room. If you haven't heard yet, we have a Patreon, Tongue First After Hours. Ad-free episodes start at $5 a month, bonus episodes open up at the $15 second cup tier, and Pillow Talk members get their names read out in the credits of every episode, plus extra chaos, always. I also booked the guests, so if you want to know who's coming next, the Patreon's where you'll hear it first. Everything's at tonguefirstpodcast.com or the link in the show notes. Okay, Mitch is here. He's got 20 years of stories, and it's a good one. Let's go.
I think I need to start with my perspective of Aubrey's coming out to me.
Yeah.
Because it's very specific, and I had very specific thoughts that I remember to this day. So at this time, this is very D&D related. Aubrey is running a campaign, and I'm one of 4 players?
Something like that.
4
or 5.
Is it 4 or 5? All dudes. And all straight white dudes. And which is totally fine. But I just perspective. And out of nowhere, just a random, probably Tuesday, and I get a text that's like, "Hey, can we talk for a sec? I have something important," something like that, right?
And we never talk on the phone.
No,
it's like we talk.
We don't have a text chain like that or anything like that. And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, what's up?" And in my head, I'm like, "Oh no, this is D&D related. They're gonna have to stop. We're gonna have to stop the campaign, and D&D is gonna be over. Oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do?" I'm like having this like mini meltdown panic because like, what else would she want to talk to me about at that time? Like, like, what's your opinion on burgers? Like, no, we were not. It wasn't. We would just chat about that when we were alive, and then, I forget the words that you said, but it was like, I'm transitioning. My name's Aubrey now. And I was just like, oh, and there's this huge wave of relief just over me. And I'm like, okay, D&D's fine.
D&D's fine.
As long as D&D is fine.
And like, I quickly, like, I went to my wife, and then I was like, I got to think of something right to say, but like, cause I can't, I told her, I was like, I can't just be like, oh, thank God D&D's still on. Like,
Could you imagine if that was the reaction? I would have loved that.
like now it would have been great, but I think at the time you would have been like a little.
I would have known what to do with that.
Right. Like, hey,
did you hear what I just told you? Or
yeah.
Yeah, and we wrote like, again, I'm paraphrasing it, but it was like, congratulations, we're here for the best part of you. We're so excited to meet you, like, re-meet you or whatever. And it's just like, it was great. Like,
that's awesome.
Was it weird for me? I guess so, because it's changed and just things are different. I now am looking at Aubrey, who doesn't have a long beard anymore. I don't even remember. The beard was the biggest change. Also, I like to think that I eventually grew a beard because the world needed to be equalized.
Yeah, I agree.
There could only be X amount of beards on.
Right.
So you lost yours, I got mine. I thank you for that, because I look at old pictures now and I look like a child. And I'm like, oh no, I was 29 in that picture. And now I'm like, oh, I look like an adult who has a child and stuff.
Which you do.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm an adult.
It's like, obviously we're, so excited for Aubrey to come out and be her true self. I think she said her true self, her truth, and that has been these buzzwords in her way of speaking for a long time. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to string some things together here. And it's actually been like incredibly interesting and an insight because like I don't know if I would have asked you about like you growing up and like how you felt in certain moments because I just don't think about that. Like I don't.
Right.
It's not the world I live in, and like none of my like best friends growing up were trans people. So like I just didn't know. So it's been really, really insightful listening to the podcast. And you'd be like, the one I just listened to, where you're like, yeah, I got caught in mom's closet. And I was just like, whoa. Like,
that's not something I told anybody
right.
ever before I transitioned.
Right. And then also I can't even imagine that because I know exactly what you looked like beforehand. And like, I was like, you know, it's just really hard to imagine. And like, again, that goes back to where we started at the whole beginning of all this is like, that was a big bearded mask you were wearing there.
I wore woodland camo as a style choice from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. I was waiting for Wendy's reaction.
I don't partake in that.
No.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not one of those lesbians.
No, but so what do you think has changed about me emotionally and the way that we are able to interact now? Because you and your wife were some of the most incredibly supportive friends that I had. And have in terms of like from the start to now of this like journey of becoming me. And I remember it was the second or third time we chatted like on a call like this similarly in Discord where like I got to chat with you and Tanya and you guys are practicing Muslims and she wears a hijab and she didn't have it on, which I'd only really ever seen her with it on. I think I maybe had met her a couple times. So that was a huge moment for me in recognition of who I am.
And then we talked about it and because we were like, you know, really trying to think about it because neither of us are scholars in Islam at all. Like she grew up with it, so she has a lot more base knowledge that she kind of grew up with. Whereas like I'm what's called a revert and like I'm learning every day, you know? But something like this, we know isn't written somewhere. You know, what do you do with somebody who's trans and who has declared themselves female now and is just living their life that way? And it's like, how do you treat them? And because that's not written out, that's kind of not what religion does. It's like, well, how do you treat people? Well, you treat people with kindness. You treat people with respect. And for us as Muslims, we do not judge people. That is very specifically put out there. There's only one being that can judge us, and they're not a person on earth. So how dare we think that Aubrey is anything else but who she says she is? And whether her appearing on camera with her hair down is, you know, right for us or wrong for her or right for all, it's like it's too much. We wanted to be kind. We wanted to feel familiar. We wanted to be, I don't know, people. Like at the end of the day, we're just people, just be normal. Like, and like it breaks my heart a little bit when you're like, oh yeah, we've been some of your closest people from friends throughout this journey of yours, through this very specific point in your timeline moving forward. Because we had a brief conversation about some of the guys from our old lives. And you're like, yeah, that's, you know, basically that's part of your old life. And would you be cordial to each other? Would any of these people be outwardly mean to you? Probably not.
I would hope not.
But like, yeah, they're not looking for you anymore.
Yeah.
And like some of my deep thoughts on that are like are very interesting because they're not looking for me either. And coming around and thinking about it, and it's this another through line through these other podcasts is like, that's a them problem. And I sound so confident right now. That is that, like epiphanies
I believe in you.
Epiphanies are happening. I'm drinking caffeine right now. I'm well fed. It is 10 o'clock. I've been up since 5. Like I'm ready to go. Like, yeah, it is. It's their problem. it's their problem. And, whether it's where I'm, in New York now, they're still wherever the fuck they are, and they don't want to message. Okay. Maybe I was part of the problem. I don't know. I had some trauma. Aubrey checked in.
But we had D&D.
But we also had D&D.
But we had D&D.
Yeah, I mean D&D is.
Okay, we still haven't answered Wendy's question.
No, you haven't.
I don't know what the fuck the question was anymore. I'm sorry.
Can you ask the question again? For the listeners at home, also
several questions, but I was thinking this while you were talking. Was it hard for you to call her by a different name, a different pronoun? Like, was that hard for you? Because sometimes when you're just saying things because you're used to saying it, it's muscle memory. So you'll just say it and then you're like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, was that hard for you? Because a lot of people struggle with pronouns, especially like they, them pronouns. And a lot of people tend to struggle with, like sticking with pronouns for trans people.
So I don't think the pronouns were that hard because I actually do struggle with a they, them because it doesn't, not because of what somebody else might choose. It's the problem is me, and because saying, oh, they are doing this, for me it's like an English language thing, whereas like typically, even though grammatically it's still correct for they to work for a singular person, I think of they as a plural. So I'm like, it's just very like and I don't know.
That's how I thought about it at first too.
But that's just, that's a minor thing. I try to catch myself a lot. I do remember
that's muscle memory too. It's like it's your own brain training.
And again, if you're not around somebody who goes by they, them often, then you're just going to lose it.
Oh yeah. It's hard. I mean, I struggle with it. I'm queer. I try to call them just by their name.
Yeah.
Cause I'm horrible and I'll correct myself, but I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Brain, stop going to the muscle memory.
I do remember very specifically in their first D&D session that you showed up as Aubrey. And again, it was still jarring because it was technically the second one you showed up without the beard, and that was more jarring than your name, than your pronouns, than gender, anything else. But I did.
My username on Xbox had been the Bearded Reverend for God knows how long.
Right. And
now it's just funny.
And it's like I specifically remember, like, I dead named you once during that session, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And you're like, no, it's fine. It happens. Let's keep going. And I was like, okay, let's keep going. And in my head, I'm like, bro, like, get it together. Like,
the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. And then, like, I don't think I've done it since, because towards me, you've always been this confident person. So you're like, I'm Aubrey now. Like, fuck you. And I was like, okay, bro, calm down. Girl, like, whatever.
Girl, calm down.
Calm down.
So I think to answer your question, like, for me, I found it pretty easy. And I can't say the same would be for everybody else. For anybody else. Like, our good friend Arthur is a trans man in our campaign now, and I've only known him as Arthur. When I met him at work, he was just Arthur. So, like, there's never any of this, like, beforehand stuff. So I guess it doesn't really help your question, because your question was about that transitional point.
You're giving us some good perspective on things, though.
Did I behave much differently, like me now compared to me 10 years ago?
I think for sure there's a difference.
Yeah.
I think
is she agree. Like softer of a, when you're pretending to be someone that you're not, you might try to be a little bit more stoic and like trying to mask all that. Like you have to prove like your manliness because you like feel like a dainty princess inside.
That's a good question.
I don't think for me Aubrey was ever this like 100% like butch man and now suddenly is this dainty little girl. Like Like that transition.
That felt a little good to be called a dainty little girl, but that's fine. We'll talk about that another time.
You can take that home. It's fine.
My pretty little princess.
Because like the person I knew before, yeah, you had the beard and whatnot, but you know, you painted your nails with your kids. You did art. You wrote stories. You know, I mean, I played pretend with you online, like
right.
Like, so, and then for a lot of our relationships, I didn't see you at all. You were just a voice.
Right.
So like,
so did it kind of make sense in your brain? Like, yeah, this clocks.
Like, yeah, I think you could easily say that and be like, oh yeah, it's different now, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I feel like it helped the fact that we played D&D together a lot too, because you were used to me pretending to be another character.
Yeah.
And it's not that this is me pretending to be another character, but it's like, oh, it's like, you know, it's kind of what we already are doing.
Right. And then for me, like, I lived in LA. I was there for 6-7 years. I've been in New York 10 years now. Like, I've been in some very safe places for the queer community, and like, especially working in the film industry, and now I work at Trader Joe's. Like they're around, and it's like people just be people, and like, so this is not sponsored by Trader Joe's.
It should be.
They don't.
Those fucking
booby
lot keys, the frozen fucking
She's
potato.
not in her chair.
Them things are.
We need our producer to get on getting Trader Joe's. Yeah. Can you reach out to Trader Joe's to get them? You will? Okay, hell yeah.
You can. I will say you can certainly email them, and you will probably get the regional of your area to respond. Because,
what do they call them? An admiral?
I met. So this wasn't our regional at the time. This was like, it was like.
Wendy, you know that their titles are all like sea captain-y.
I am a crew member.
Are they really?
Yes.
I'm a crew member, and my immediate bosses are all called mates. So they're not like first mate or second mate. They're all just mates. And then our store is quite large, so we have like 20, 30 mates. And then the head of the whole store is our captain, and it's just one of him. But then that's where it ends. And
do you ever just go, aye, captain?
I do. He doesn't like it.
Well, fuck him then. Maybe you shouldn't be the captain.
I call him Cranky a lot now.
Cranky captain.
Maybe we don't reach out to Trader Joe's. We don't want them to listen to this episode.
They're not going to sponsor. They don't sponsor anything anyways. They just want you to buy their shit and do it up on Instagram all themselves.
If we tell them we're gay enough, maybe they'll do it for the rainbows.
Maybe.
I also love their vegetable fried rice. The Japanese one with the edamame in it.
Do you have any more very basic products you like?
Basic.
Why did that feel subtly just like...
Right, why are you attacking
any of their
Mitch?
basic products that you like?
Oh, why are you attacking me? I like what I like.
I know.
I'm trying to...
I'm going to let that one slide.
I've tried a lot of things there.
We're going to let that one slide away.
I'm scared to try some of the things. Some of the things I've tried and they haven't been real great.
It's perfectly fair. There's a lot of things at TJ's that aren't great.
I'm just like, why are y'all hyping this shit up? It's fucking mid. Stop hyping it up.
Booby, definitely don't reach out to Trader Joe's about this episode.
I'm just saying, some of the shit is mid and you're a liar. Just like people talk about Crumble Cookie online and say it's fucking fantastic. They maybe have a couple cookies that are good. The rest of them, trash.
Crumble's delicious.
Yeah.
Bro, some Crumble. I had a strawberry one not too long ago. That bitch hit. The chilled cookies can fuck right off. All the chilled cookies can go right in the trash.
I've never gotten a chilled cookie.
They're fucking disgusting.
But I'm in New York, so there's a lot of cookie options. So.
Oh yeah, they're probably way better than Crumble though. You probably got.
There's a lot of like boutique places and stuff like that. So you're just like, support the mom and pops.
Exactly. Support local. Anyways, I'm off my high horse with Trader. So I didn't know they went by all of that though. I didn't know they called y'all crew and mate and captain.
Yeah, if you go in the store, it's very nautical themed. The shiplap everywhere.
I never really noticed that.
You don't notice it.
You don't.
And you're just supposed to feel it. Yeah.
Everyone is very
Also-
pleasant there.
Is that
Also-
why I get seasick every time I go in there?
Maybe.
No, you probably have an allergy to something.
Can we talk about real quick? This
Anything
is the most
else?
recent story. Yeah, let's talk about something else. When I was talking to you and Tanya, and you were pulling up pictures of Rizwan's curls
Yeah.
to show us, and it was really cute, and I was having a really good like curly hair day. And I was like, let me send a picture of my curly hair.
Oh my God. I know where you're going with this.
So we were on a FaceTime call right now. Like we're all seeing each
Yeah.
other's face, and I send. Did I send both of you the picture? Or
No,
just
you sent it to just me.
I just Mitchell. I
Just
just sent
me.
it to just Mitchell, and it wasn't a picture. It looked like a picture on my phone because it's the little boxes, and I didn't see the number next to it that it was a video, and it was a video that I had sent to the booby chat. Now, the booby chat, if you just got to listen to some past episodes, if you're listening right now and you don't know what that is, but I sent Mitch a short video of me flashing the camera
In the car.
in the car while I was driving. It was very dangerous. Do as I say, children. Don't do as I do.
Hold on. There should be no children listening to this. Go to fucking bed.
Right. It's late. Like, Jesus. Can't you listen to this like at any time of day?
Shush.
You can, but fuck them kids during this. Sometimes it's fuck them kids. Like,
That's true.
you drop them
Fair.
off at the fire station for a little, mom and dad need a break. I'll be back in a day.
So, Mitch, you and your wife get this video, and I'm like, at the moment I realize it's a video, I'm like, don't watch the video.
Abort.
Don't watch the video. Because it's
Yeah.
already sent and they had already watched the video.
And
Siren.
you had great curls. You had great
I did
curls.
have great curls in the beginning of the video.
And
I did.
in true dad fashion, I was like, Aubrey, are you driving right now?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Great.
Safety
I was
first.
Like, yes, your tits are out. They're great. Thank you. But you're driving. I don't care if you're on a back road or on the highway. This is not okay. And my wife's like, yeah, look. She's like, well, they're great, but also like, look at him. He's not even caring about them. And then I said they were well manufactured, and you were like, no, homegrown. And I was like, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a really weird moment in our friendship, an interesting transition that happened in that
Sometimes
moment.
you see your friend's tits. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
That was my same reaction to Brooklyn when Brooklyn sent a picture while they were driving. I was like, Brooklyn, you're on the fucking highway.
It's fine.
Like, there was no one around. I said, you're on the fucking highway.
It's
You're
kind
Jesus.
of
You're in a
more
two-
fun when people are
2-ton
around.
can of death.
Right.
Put your tits away.
Also, I'm a bodily injury adjuster for an insurance company that deals with auto accidents. I'm like, put your fucking shirt down while you're driving.
Do you ever have any that involve nudity?
No.
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 There's no way if I did that in any
They're
sort
not
of
going to tell us
capacity,
that shit.
I would not put that on an insurance claim form. Hi, Wendy. I just had my dick out, and I was just like, and I grabbed it instead of the shift, and then I meant to go into park. I meant to go in the third,
Yep.
and
Ran right into him.
I wrecked the minivan full of 9 kids. Can you cover my?
Nope, that's an
9
intentional act.
children.
That's going to be a disclaimer.
What if
Oh
I
my God.
said I was clothed?
No.
No.
Still seems
no.
shady. I had an attorney one time add like STD testing to a demand. I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with the car accident? They just were throwing all kinds of medical billing in and out. You have to go through 400 pages of it. And I was like, no, we're not paying for that.
That's crazy.
This is an auto accident.
So I feel like we need to talk about D&D. We've talked around it, and I want to talk more in a way
D&D.
of like talking to the people who are listening right now, because
Yeah.
I guarantee something about D&D is going to be in the title of this podcast, of this episode, and like I want the people who are looking for info on that or something on that to know a little bit more about what Dungeons and Dragons is, but you don't have to go into like great detail about that. But like, I'm
Right.
thinking maybe sell Wendy on playing D&D with us if you were trying to sell a new player because she's never played before.
I will say I got into D&D because I was sold on character creation, because with that very gamer mindset, the idea of picking a class, a species, a subclass, pairing weapons and stuff, picking spells, all of these to create a character who can do then anything. If you want to be this big ass dude who carries a big sword and runs in there, yelling his head off, yeah, do that. You want to be a smarty pants who learns a whole lot of spells, you can do that too, and manipulate a fabric and space of time. But I wasn't brought in on these ideas where you can have these cool stories at the same time you are role playing intricate personal connections between fictional characters live, like in real time.
It sounds a lot of like using your imagination.
It really is.
And
that's
I'm more
why
like
we were
a
saying
visual
like we
person,
play
like, but it's a lot of like you're just, you get the gist of what these characters are, and then you're imagining what they're gonna do and what version of them you're gonna use. And then I wasn't able to be a child, so I don't know how to fucking do that. So, I probably wouldn't be that great at it.
Because you're ADHD, right?
Yeah. I'm all the things. Yeah.
Okay. Do you... I have a friend who my wife's sister is autistic and has trouble literally picturing things. So like when like designing a room or something, and she was like trying to get a more funky colored couch, and she's like, I just can't see it. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. Do you ever find yourself in that boat where you're just like trying to like literally trying to picture something that's not there in front of you, but you can't really do it? Like, sure,
more of a visual show. I need to see pictures of shit.
Right. And then you can kind of make motions and stuff out of that because you started with artwork. So this is something I actually learned recently, was autistic people can have that notion of just like, well, not really grasping onto something. Then if you're not a very auditory listener and receiver type person, or like an auditory learner, like I'm not really an auditory learner, which most people with ADHD are not, because we all get bored too quickly.
The attention span is fucking 0.
Right. So you add those two together, and then D&D sounds like a lot of work for you right now, because you would sit here and listen to me describe, okay, Wendy, you
glazed right over when you're saying that. Just
right.
Nothing.
Right. So if I'm like, okay, you are walking down an overgrown game trail in the middle of the forest. It twists and turns through the various trees, which are at various stages of growth. Some of these oaks have been growing for centuries, while others are still just saplings. And you're going through this trail in the woods, roots coming out of the ground, just a couple mushrooms, but the pathway stays clear. And then you hear a twig snap, and you stop, and there's silence. Not even a bird chirps. There's no crickets. Nothing. Your eyes dart around, looking for movement. What do?
Something's happening.
You start running.
Yeah.
You forget your footing, and you just keep running, making noise. You hit mud, and that slick scent of mud splashes up and hits you in the face and kind of surprises you. Your heart pounding as you're running as fast as you can, until suddenly you come across a rushing, gushing river in front of you. It's like 50 feet across. It's moving fast. There's the white caps. You can't hear anything but this water rushing around. You're forced to stop. Now what?
You play mermaids.
All right.
You swim for it.
You gonna swim for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play mermaids with whoever's chasing me. Hopefully they're not stranger danger.
Okay. You dive into the water. Current takes you pretty quickly. You're not the strongest swimmer, but you still got it. The river takes you downstream off course, and now there's no game trail to follow anymore. And you look back to where you dove in the water, and you swear you see a humanoid-like creature with this brown mottled, like gray and green skin, and she has a kind but alien face as she looks towards you, and she kind of cocks her head and smiles. And then she puts a hand up to the tree next to her, and there is a glow in the tree as she just steps into it, and she's gone, and you're all alone.
Fern Gully?
Your voice carries through the forest, the rushing water nearby, and you're alone.
I'm not serious enough for this game.
But see, that's where the party comes in.
You're a very good storyteller.
That's where the party comes in.
That's where the party comes in.
As like this person runs out of the woods from the other side, gasping for air. Oh my God, another person here. What, like, it's about decision making in the moment. It's about like building that image. But I don't know. I think that was a cool little demonstration of what it could kind of
thinking
look like.
about that for a while. And then like for people who aren't familiar with D&D at all, haven't seen it online, haven't really played with it, I've only seen like pop culture references. During that, I'd be like, okay, I would be asking Wendy for perception checks. Does she see anything? When she starts sprinting and she runs through the mud, okay, well, give me a dexterity saving throw. Do you slip? Do you slip and fall
Probably.
flat on your face? Or is your character much more rangery and ignores difficult terrain, so you just keep fucking running? Or maybe her species has a swim speed or something, and when she dives into the river, she's now at home and she swims upstream to throw her chaser off. Like there's all these cool ways to make that simple scene, and also like your choices affected that, because I asked you I set the scene. Everything was all quiet. I asked what you do, and you're like, I fucking run. And like, cool, now you're running. But if I did the same thing for Aubrey here and just said, okay, Aubrey, like, what do you do?
I look around.
Right.
I hide behind a rock, get off the trail for a moment.
You call out, is anybody there?
Hey, bear.
Hello?
Hey, bear.
Hey, bear.
Or you can tell me something about your character that in the scenario, I draw my bow. I draw my sword. I ready, I think of the spell I prepared earlier today of a chromatic orb. And I think about the fire damage it's going to do after I hurl it after somebody, and like, it's just...
Wendy, would you give it a shot for one session?
I pull out my chancla and I fucking chuck it at that bitch.
Would you be interested? Would you be willing to give it a shot for one session? You can do a one shot where you can you make a character and you play one time, or we could even make a character for you.
Yeah, I would rather that happen.
That would be cool.
That's too many options when your booby can do it.
But
when you were giving me all the options when we were talking about that one day, I was very overwhelmed.
I'm too options heavy, honestly, and I think that's my own fault. Yeah.
Right. And it's a very interesting thing on like trying to get people into D&D, is that they're like, everybody has a different style of thinking and whatnot. I was a gamer. I latched onto the gaming mechanics. I latched onto mechanics first. My first ranger, I poured over the spells, all of the spells, trying to figure out what was the best combination. When now I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking pick this and fog cloud and a spike growth and there, I'm fucking set. I'm gonna create a fog cloud and I'm gonna go fight in the dark and we'll see what happens. But now I'm also going to think about, okay, well, where's this ranger from? Who does he know?
I think I'm on the same page as you. As I was gravitating towards D&D because of the game aspect of it, and like the limitlessness of it. You know what I mean? But I fell in love with it for the storytelling.
Yeah.
And it's regular at this point that Mitch, you and I will be playing together, and my character in the campaign that you're DMing will cry.
Yeah.
Like she'll have a moment thinking about one of her lost friends who was a character played by a player who we no longer play with. So that character is now gone. Or like an emotional moment about her mom.
Yeah.
Or like something like that. And it's pretty wild. Like the depth of human feeling that can be found in it. And do you think that so I want to talk about how it connects to like queer people and queer culture a little bit. And I think like the idea of character creation, I think is huge, like being able to be whoever you want.
Yeah.
But I would argue also along with that is like the moment of being able to like tell your own story.
Yeah.
Be able to see your story played out in a way.
So I think character creation is probably the obvious answer. You know, if
I never played a female character in D&D.
Yeah.
Before. I never did before I transitioned.
But if you were playing a lot, say, if you weren't playing video games and like D&D was your only thing and you were playing in a couple different games, then you might have one where you're like, maybe this table I feel comfortable just being like, yeah, she is a heavily armored knight and does all of this and stuff, and like, cool. People are just going to be like, cool. Because I've never played a female character, like player character, but it wouldn't bother me. That's the beauty of D&D, because that you can flavor your character as whatever you want. And then there's another aspect as far as the storytelling. Most people, when they play their first D&D game, they play themselves, because they don't know how to role play yet, as kind of wearing the suit of whatever class and subclass that they've chosen. So for instance, for me, my very first character was a wood elf ranger. And it was basically if Mitchell was a bit shorter, lived in the woods, and was really good at firing a bow. And that was pretty much his personality. I spoke as me. I didn't have any other really role-play characteristics. If I was curious about something, I was curious about something. Then my character was curious about something. You know, if I thought something was weird, or if I thought something was really cool, then my character thought that was really cool. You know, like, it's so easy to just be yourself in that character. I think about like Aubrey, and I found I have this really interesting perspective because her characters before transitioning were a little bit out there. But I do remember one of your first characters was a cleric, and
Master Resh, I think was his name.
And like that's when you were still part of the parish and did all those, you know, the youth pastor, and it's like you basically made a youth pastor who's older in D&D, and you played yourself. Like, but it, you know, now you can cast spells. It was great. And then this very interesting thing happened. You transitioned. We finished the campaign that you were DMing, and then I volunteered to go next as my first DMing adventure, and you created Rose. And for a while, Rose was just Aubrey.
Yeah.
She wrote, she played music, she was feisty, and it was great. And it took many sessions to finally start to see the differences between who Rose is and who Aubrey is, even though Aubrey plays Rose. And your mind contains both at the same time. And it's just this very, very interesting thing, because I think if this very long campaign ended sooner and you would have moved on to the next character, you'd probably play something way different than yourself. Or not way different, but like maybe less obvious that it was you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think I did it less, but I think a lot of people do it more in queer culture, is an opportunity for identity experimentation, but also like relationship experimentation too. Like even like you know, using D&D as a DM, as a laboratory to create like a queer culture. That isn't that like it's baked into the roots of it, you know, like that type of experimentation, that type of creativity, I think allows for a lot of people to find their own like gender and sexuality expansion within it.
Yeah, because while you're talking about this, like, I'm thinking of like when we had Sylvie and Daisy on the podcast. This was a way to like kind of be yourself behind a game.
Yeah.
You could play these characters that you're either a female character. So that's really like they can kind of be their self behind this game character.
Yeah.
And that seems to be like a pattern that I'm seeing now. And
Yeah.
I can definitely see where that would be something where you feel like you can kind of be free in that moment.
I could see you, Wendy, playing a male character.
Yeah.
As much as you talk about wanting to test drive a dingle hopper, we said we talk about it more this episode. But like as far as test driving a dingle hopper,
I just want to do the helicopter.
Right, exactly. You could do that.
You could
do that. But like as a D&D character, to like, that's what we should do. If you would be comfortable with that, Wendy, not in terms of the dingle hopper shit, but like if we're gonna play like a one shot for a bonus episode, which I think would be really cool, that maybe you play a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm secure in my
because
masculinity.
I feel like I was just thinking about it as we were talking
femininity.
about it. Yeah, right. I was thinking about it as we were talking about it that like you. Like a lot of women playing a male character gets to experience that desire for a woman through not even through the lens of a male character, but just the fact that they are in a situation in which it's more socially acceptable for them to, because they're playing themselves often.
I rarely want to choose a male character though. My urge is very low.
Sure. And in a lot of
Very
aspects,
low.
yeah. Yeah. But like think about if you lived in a culture where being gay wasn't okay, like at all. Imagine living in a culture that like being gay wasn't okay at all. Like that you couldn't talk about it, you couldn't think about it.
Still illegal?
It's still illegal. We have, but not currently. Like we celebrate Pride.
I mean, there's still a lot of fucking hate, and
there's
you can't be yourself. But yeah,
right. But like,
I get what you're saying.
If you live in Texas or a small town in Oklahoma, and this moment of D&D where you're like, oh, it's not even about gender at that point. It's like, I wonder what it would be like to be with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But you can play a male character and then everybody is like more chill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm down.
I was more thinking like if someone was looking at it like that, that's why I feel like D&D can offer that type of almost subverted, like hidden opportunities of self-discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure. I'll be down to play one.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I'll start writing something.
Okay.
You gonna DM it?
Make me cool.
You don't want to be a player?
I mean, I want to be a player, but like, I just can't help but start thinking of like, okay, how do I make a dungeon like as gay as possible? You come across this.
Bo could DM it.
Ooh.
Bo just said Bo could DM it, and then that would be cool. Then Mitch and I could play together. I don't think we've ever played together.
Maybe
like once or twice.
I could play a female character.
Oh, that would be cool. Okay, I like this.
It's reverse day. Everybody switch.
This is good.
I was gonna say you come across a skeleton wearing a LGBT drop the T t-shirt, and everyone goes no.
Probably that sounds legit.
We're all gonna kill the skeleton now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's D&D.
Well,
and I'm gonna obsess over character mechanics so I can just blast shit.
Go ahead and just make the decision for me and leave me out of the decision making, and then I'll just show up and play.
Which is great.
That sounds good.
Which is great. We're not gonna
give me a quick synopsis before, and then yeah.
All right. It sounds like a plan. Wendy, do you have any other questions for Mitch or me about D&D? Any more questions for Mitch about like our relationship and kind of what that was like? It's definitely been like a, us getting to share a little piece of what we love with you.
Yeah.
I just want to know how you got so cool, Mitch. That's
how did a straight white boy get so cool?
How'd you get so cool to be so accepting so easily? Like, yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I grew up.
Seriously, that is a great question.
I graduated high school in the middle of Pennsylvania. Thinking about it now, I was like, there was like basically like 2 or 3 gay kids. And then if I went through my Facebook now, I'd be like, oh, like so many people were gay. They were just like scared in the closet. And also I have no gaydar at all. So I'm like, whatever.
It happens. Don't beat yourself up about it.
And then through a series of events, I find myself in LA, and thus, like, that's where everybody is. That's where everybody is and is out about it too. It's California. It's Southern California. So my other little pride story is, Tanya's favorite holiday is Halloween. So we tried to do a couple's costume and do all this thing. We've been doing it for years now. One time we wanted to go to the Santa Monica Halloween parade, and I was like, okay, let's just go to the Santa Monica, like, no big deal. That's just over there. But we have to park super far away because a bunch of the streets are closed. And I'm just like, I don't want to park far away and then walk. I think this is the time I was dressed as Wolverine, and Tanya did full Mystique makeup. So she was like super fucking blue. She like did her hair all red. It was great. I get there, and then it's like, oh, this is the biggest Halloween party in California. There's thousands of people there. It's West Hollywood. It is extremely gay. There are drag queens there that have planned their that are starting to plan their next year's costume already.
Oh yeah.
And there's a stage over here where they're doing a costume contest. There's a drag stage over here where they're, doing like the proper, costume contest. There's like a band performing at another stage. There's 1,000 people, everybody. And it was just like, again, here's me like, oh, this is great. Where is there a candy bucket somewhere? Like, people are just drinking out in the open, and it's just like, I'm just,
yeah, but it has condoms in it,
right? And I'm just lost.
It's just wild because meanwhile, the only Pride that I went to this year, that I was able to actually actual Pride event to go to,
nobody knew it was
like
the Pride
no one
event.
knew it was Pride. There was no one there. It was awkward. There were people out like doing their normal like Saturday shopping, walking around on this like cute little town that has like a easily walkable sidewalk in the center of town, that were in the straightest like outfits and like clearly were confused and walking on the other side of the street, and avoiding the rainbows.
I just imagine me in a t-shirt, cargo shorts, sneakers, just like, what's going on in the middle of New York Pride parade.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love it though.
It's good. I love queer people because for many reasons. But I love how like free they are to like connect.
Yeah.
Like, with other people, how free they are to like choose like human connection over selfishness.
I feel like it's much easier to open up to somebody who's queer and just talk about anything. Even my feelings, how something is, something I could be frustrated with, or something that's just bullshit. Like, I feel like they're like, a queer person's ready to listen and then empathize.
Yeah.
And it's like, and thinking about it now, I'm like, I hope I do the same. I hope I respond the way that I get. I hope I reciprocate.
How do you respond to people around you that may be in your space, in your circle as friends, who are negative or nasty about a trans person, a queer person? Have you ever been in that space where you've had to advocate for a community because you have friends in that community that are really important to you?
Oh man. See, I don't find myself in those situations. Like,
never. You've never been in a situation where someone was just being just kind of a piece of shit about a trans person, a gay person, a person of color, like.
Well, see, I guess because I'm not hardwired to like look out for it, the thing that I'm looking out for right now is all of the anti-Muslim rhetoric.
Yeah.
And that I'm ready to respond to at a moment's notice, because I can use my privilege to stand up in front of some other people. And I have said things to people before, especially at work. I will say at my work here, we direct people to which register they need to go to. And I love sending old curmudgeon people to like the gayest people that we have, just to be like, here you go. I just love making old people uncomfortable about that. Nobody comes in the store and declares it to the world. Have we seen a few particular red hats? Sure. But you kind of you get who they are because of the hat. But the people who, are frankly dressed nicer and have lots of money and lots of entitlement, who have these backhanded comments, say them one-on-one and then walk away. I would love to just be in earshot of them and be like, I'm sorry, excuse me? Do you want to say that for the rest of the peanut gallery? I would love to, like, I mean, this is where my D&D imagination goes wild, because I'm just like, okay, well, how can I confront this person and not lose my job, but also like teach them a lesson or something? But it's like, I don't know.
Performance check, maybe, coupled with a persuasion.
Intimidation check. But I also think about it in terms of my son, like because he's probably going to be the one that's going to ask me questions. Why is that person like that? I'm waiting for that. But also, he's a New Yorker, so he may not ask that ever.
You haven't been in a space where you feel like you've had to do that, stick up for someone that's trans or queer. So what if you were put in a situation where that did happen in front of you, whether you knew the person or not?
I'd hope I'd have the courage to stand up, because that's who I want to be, right? I want to be the person that steps up and says the right thing. I want to show them that first of all, that's not me. And also, like, you're not alone. And we're not going to have this bystander effect where we all just look around and go, was anybody going to say something? I want to be that person. My wife is that person.
It's a world where everyone would rather grab their phone than help someone.
And then we live in a strange time where sometimes, like, getting involved can
get you hurt,
can be really deadly towards you, especially in this administration. Like, it can be extremely deadly to you for even just trying to get involved, and filming it can actually be the justice that's needed. So you need both. You need somebody to stand up to say what's wrong. You need somebody who's going to put their body in front of something else and block line of sight and change the power dynamic. And you need somebody to fucking film it, because there's so much favoritism. And if you're already some sort of minority group of any sort, then you know what the scales of justice weigh when you're on it. Like, and it sucks. It really sucks. And I could speak on that for 10 more days straight.
Unfortunately, we are quickly running out of time.
This is going to be a bitch to edit. I am sorry.
It's going to be fine. We're going to do great.
No, we've had longer ones for sure.
Right. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely the type of person that would be like, okay, well, where's the spots that we needed to cut out? Okay, we'll cut those out, and then boom, lift and post.
I'm like, let's do the raw and unedited versions.
That's literally what she told me to do today. Yeah. She was like, let's just post.
I was like, can we just post the raw and unedited? Why do you have to spend 15 hours on editing it? Like, there's no rules. We're our own boss.
I would say the editing has been, like, really good. There's only been a couple times where I've noticed you guys have gone from, like, chaotic to, like, Aubrey being like, so what do you think about this? And I was like, well, there's more thoughts there, but
there's more.
But again, I have a little bit of ear to pay attention towards that kind of thing.
We need to do better about introducing ourselves. I'm a big fan of the press record button, like, way before saying
yes.
To get things that we're talking about, because we have a lot of times that we're talking about some funny shit and we're not recording.
I think that was it, though, for my professional advice. I was a professional at a time, not a podcaster, but
professional audio. You held a boom.
I did,
mic.
I did hold a boom mic. Yeah. It sucks. It really sucks. Like, you ever see a boom guy and like they are just built, because they're just fucking just holding those arms up, and they got it.
They skip leg day, go straight to arm day over again.
They don't skip.
The legs look like little chicken.
No, they don't skip leg day. They got these, like, tree trunk legs that fucking stand still because they can't rock back and forth. They can't just step a little bit to, like, ease their comfort. No, they gotta fucking stay
that's
still.
How your
and then
knees
just
lock up and you pass out.
But they don't lock up because they got strong ass fucking thighs.
I will never know that life.
Mitch, the way you're talking about these men, are you sure you're not a little gay?
I've never said I was perfectly straight. Nobody in this world is.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That feels like a great way to come to our last question. Unless you have another one, Wendy.
You know, I would like to ask this question this time because Siren does this a lot, even though it's her question. So speaking of tongue first, what's the last thing you went tongue first on, food-wise?
Oh, it's food-wise? No.
Food-wise, yes.
We made big ass pancakes today with like a cinnamon butter drizzle that we drizzled onto it while the pancake was still in the pan, and then this, what is it called? It was apples, and it was like you put the apple like apple pie filling. We basically made apple pie filling. You put that on top, and then homemade whipped cream on top of that.
Sounds delightful.
And it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we ate all of it.
Hell yeah.
Because I couldn't get up early in time to clean the kitchen and get it all done.
Man, that sounds spectacular, honestly.
Dishes are hard.
Dishes are fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a dish fairy that was going to come over here. Joan said she was sending her over, but she never came.
A dish fairy?
Yeah, dish ain't a laundry fairy, but she's just.
What is this?
Joan says she got stuck in traffic, but she still hasn't fucking made it here.
That's long traffic.
There's a laundry fairy too?
Yeah, apparently.
I need the laundry fairy. What is this spell?
I need that one the most.
I need Joan to get me on the list.
Joan is still trying to fucking get me on the... Joan keeps on saying she's in traffic and she still hasn't... I'm just over this shit. I'm tired of doing the dishes and laundry.
I hate it.
And it's just me.
I wish we could just go like play make-believe online with our friends.
Yeah.
It's
But you do. It's called D&D.
Yeah, but I know. It was the segue. I'm a professional.
Mitchell, it was very nice meeting you. You are a sweet baby angel from what I can tell. I appreciate you being so kind to my bestie for the restie. We have the same birthday. Did you know that? Okay.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Don't tell me your birthday is June 18th too.
It's June 19th.
Oh, Juneteenth, baby. Let's go. Lego. Hell yeah. Lego.
It was really great to have you, Mitch.
Yes.
It really was.
This has been a ton of fun. I want to come back every other day. This would be great.
Or we can't record every other day. That's too many times.
We'll get you on Friday. It's cool. We'll pencil you in.
Great. And then I'll get you on the Tuesday game and we'll roll you up a Raging Barbarian. It sounds right up your alley right now.
Hairier the better.
Kind of does. Yeah.
It adds to the power.
A hairy barbarian.
Yeah, it sounds
I'm here for it.
Named Harry.
Sounds like something.
Yes.
Named Harry.
It reminds me of Harry and the Hendersons. All right, I'm going to pee my pants and I'm going to get on out of here.
Okay. I'm going to stop the recording.
That's a wrap on episode 16 of Tongue First. If this episode reminded you what real friendship looks like, the kind that shows up, stays curious, and never makes you shrink, share it with someone who needs that reminder today. Leave a review, follow the show, and find Mitch and his D&D adventures wherever he hangs out online. And if you want more, bonus episodes, behind-the-scenes moments, and the full After Hours community, head over to the Tongue First Patreon. The link is in the show notes. This episode of Tongue First was hosted by Aubrey Siren Jones and Wendy Reeves. Edited and produced by Bo Dara McIntyre, Wendy Reeves, and Aubrey Jones. Special thanks to Brooke Dale for the intro and outro voiceovers, to Mitch Grzegorek for 20 years of friendship, and for being brave enough to be the first straight man on this podcast. And to Bo Dara McIntyre for keeping the guests coming, the socials running, and the Patreon community growing. A special thank you to our Pillow Talk members, Tay Marie, Valicera, Brooklyn C, Siren, Meggers, Mr. Val, and Mandis. We see you, and we appreciate you more than you know. New episodes drop every Monday. Until next time, stay Stay curious, stay queer, and don't forget to lick responsibly.